I think it's going to be a long way down the line before we even see the Green Arrow.
Okay.
Because I think, as stupid as it says, he's one of the more preposterous characters. Arrow's doing it, and they're doing it well, but to do it differently and to make it work in a movie...
Is he really more preposterous than a guy in a batsuit?
Yes.
Is he more preposterous than a guy that can run at super speed?
No. See, I'm worried about the Flash as well.
Is he more preposterous than a guy that lives underwater and can speak to dolphins?
No.
No, or a woman that lives on an island full of women and
but
bounces bullets off of bracelets.
He's a guy who dresses up like Robin Hood and goes out at night and shoots.
Well, except he doesn't in Arrow.
No, that's what I'm saying, but that's a different take on the character.
But, they've based it on the Longbow Hunters, which was a massive reboot of Green Arrow. So they could take that version in. It also depends how dark or light they play, Batflick. If Ben Affleck is going to be as dark as Christian Bale and realistic, or if he's going to be not obviously the 1960s Batman, but somewhere in between, hopefully.
Well, we know as well, this was news during the week, that Batman vs Superman has been put back 10 months.
Yes, and not because of Affleck.
Apparently it's not, because we do know that Ben Affleck did hurt himself, but apparently it's nothing to do with it. So some rumours and news broke early during the week. Comic Book Movie broke this story that claims to answer some of the questions that fans have. What they're reporting is that Joaquin Phoenix is still the favourite to play a Lex Luthor, and the role has actually been offered to him.
Mm-hmm. And he's still debating and thinking about it.
Now, of course, we can't confirm or deny this, but I would still take this with a little pinch of salt just for now. The other thing was Joaquin Phoenix. What do we feel?
Stunningly good actor.
Yes.
A bit on the mad side. And his name was never listed until his name was listed, if you know what I mean. He wasn't one of the forerunners for the part, but I think he could do it. I mean, they're going for different names and gravitas with it. Same way, nearly all the characters they've chosen for the movies have been out of left field a little. I remember when Christian Bale was first cast for it, people were slagging off that he was never going to do Batman, and look how well he did. Same with Henry Cavill. No one in the States really knew about him. In fact, not many people in the UK knew about him. But yeah, he did a good job. Okay. So I think Joaquin could do a very good job.
Bryan Cranston has to do it. But anyway.
Is that too obvious?
Yes.
It is, isn't it?
Obvious doesn't necessarily mean bad.
I mean, Patrick Stewart's bald.
Yeah, but he's Professor X.
But he could.
No, he couldn't. He's far too old for
And then he needs to be in Star Wars as well.
Right, okay. Henry Cavill will have shorter hair, much shorter hair, and will have the Superman curl on his forehead. Yeah. They're likening it to how Superman looked in Alec Ross's Kingdom Come books.
Yeah.
For anybody that isn't sure with this, if you go to the first page of followthenerd.com, scroll down, click on the story. I've actually put an illustration in. But in Kingdom Come, Superman is older, he has grey hair. Cavill's not going to be rocking the grey hair.
But really, the shorter hair and kiss curl is traditional Superman. Likening it to Kingdom Come, I'm not sure about. Yeah, short hair, kiss curl. If they'd done the Kingdom Come movie, that would have been amazing. But it's so trenched in history and legacy that you probably need to have made 5 or 6 movies first.
But I think they're just going for it's a very distinct take on Superman.
I mean, Christopher Reeve had that exact same look.
I don't know.
Just without the grey. Short hair, kiss curl.
Okay. Ben Affleck's injury was not the reason the movie has been postponed and was merely a musculature rib injury. It isn't severe. He'll be back to full power by April. All his scenes will be done by stunt doubles between now and then, as he can't perform movements in the batsuit.
Which makes, a lot of the other Bat films, the stunts, a lot of the suit work was done by stuntmen as well. Yeah. Because there was not enough movement in it anyway.
Yeah. Until before The Dark Knight, that was the first time that Batman could actually move
his neck. Yeah.
Right. But Jennifer Garner, is it Jennifer Garner that's married to Ben Affleck? She said during the week that the Batsuit is unlike anything we've seen on the screen before. It's a complete reinvention. If it doesn't look like Batman, reinvention's fine, but it needs to look like one of the popular comic book takes on the character.
Maybe the Adam West version.
If you put the right person in that suit, it would work.
Yeah, Spider-Man's a skin-tight spandex, so exactly. It can be done.
Right, as for the delay, okay, there's been a few things quoted, but the biggest reason that apparently there's a delay is budget, which is a little worrying. It's a little worrying.
Except they did kind of clarify that.
Yes.
The original movie, before they cast or wrote Wonder Woman in such a big way, was, I can't remember the budget, but it was quite a big budget. They've wanted another 10 or 15% on top, just because of the amount of scenery and CGI they're going to need for Themyscira.
Which is Wonder Woman's home city.
And the extras, actually. They're going to, instead of CGIing it, one of the rumours I heard was that they want a lot of extras, female extras obviously, to make it look like the land of the Amazons. Okay. So you can see from that timing and the filming and the CGI they're going to need to have a kind of Greek island, basically.
Okay. Big rumour, of course, was that the reason that we're hearing so much about, we're going to see Aquaman, we're going to see Flash, we're going to see the Martian Manhunter, that a lot of these rumours have been coming around. And then what that led to was that we may be seeing a case where Batman vs Superman and Justice League are being filmed together. According to this report, that is on the table, but it isn't definitely going to happen yet, but it is something that they're considering. Would make a lot of sense because there's so many characters being bounced around right now.
Just a big gamble, because obviously if the studio pays for all of that to be filmed back to back and Batman vs Superman flops, then they still have to put they've still paid for the next movie.
Yeah.
Whereas if they do the gap in between, they can wait and see how much they've got to spend on the next movie. But I
from
think
a financial point of view, it makes sense because you build the sets,
exactly.
you build the suits and everything else.
It's a risk either way,
together.
But at least they know that they can, 1 year bring out Bats, next year bring out Justice League, hopefully next year bring out Wonder Woman, and start the momentum running.
You see, to me, this would be a big reason for why it's been postponed for 10 months.
Yeah.
Why make one movie, put it back 10 months and bang in 2 movies together?
Yeah.
Which would make sense. I also think that... I don't know what I was going to say. I had an idea, but it went. What was it after? Yes, because we were talking about extra characters. Josh Holloway, who played Sawyer in Lost, who was rumoured, we talked about this last week, he was one of the actors rumoured to be Aquaman.
But also Jason Momoa has been rumoured as well.
He said hasn't heard anything about it.
See, I think a lot of these rumours are just people wanting, rather than actual rumours.
It's slow news. Do you know what I actually think it is in this case? He has this new TV series which has just started a couple of weeks ago called Intelligence. I think what we're seeing here is clever PR work. People talking about Josh Holloway, and then it's like, he's in that new show. And we promoted it tonight. We posted the story tonight. We promoted.
But also,
series.
if this works, Intelligence picks up ratings in a big way. He becomes better known, gets a part in Justice League.
Yeah. So it's Although he did say that at the minute, because he's filming Intelligence and it looks like it's going to get picked up for a second season, he's probably going to be too busy to film something like that. But what he did say, clever old Josh, was that he loves the Marvel and DC movies.
Of course he does. Marvel as well. He must be in Guardians of the Galaxy too.
He is pitching. But yeah, so that there's that as well. What else? Yeah, cliffhanger. The movies from here on in the Marvel, the DC movies will end on a cliffhanger. Marvel have their little post-credit scenes. DC movies are apparently going to end Empire Strikes Back style, where you're like, no!
That could come back to bite them.
It could.
In the Empire, obviously I haven't seen it, but in the Empire Strikes Back days, there wasn't as many big movies. And you knew the sequel was going to come out, the trequel, whatever, the third one. Nowadays, people want to find... It depends how they do it. If they do it cleverly and they end the story, but leaving something open for the second, that's good. If they end it in the middle of something, not good.
Yes. Another thing that they said was that they are seriously considering right now mini movies, which we may see at the end of the movies. Now, how this differs from a post-credit scene, not sure, but it'll take minor characters who may have bigger roles down the line.
I think maybe that's how it differs. With all the post-credit scenes in Marvel, it's nearly always, in fact, it's always been related to the movie, or at least something that's coming out very soon related to that movie. What they may be doing here at the end of Batman vs Superman, they may have a Flash movie.
Yeah.
Literally a 10-minute movie. So it's standalone.
Yes.
It could be that. That could be interesting.
Yeah.
They do the things that they do well: TV series, mini movies, and animation. So that could be really good.
Okay. So what else? Right. Okay, that is pretty much all of that. So Stephen Amell, he kind of wants to be in the Justice League movie. Can't blame him. Gal Gadot has confirmed that I think she said she does start filming very, very soon, April or May. I think she starts filming, and that she will have signed on for 3 movies. Okay, right. That's pretty much all the big DC news for tonight. We're going to come back with tonight's big interview, which is with
Mercedes.
Excuse
me, do you mind not farting while I'm saving the world?
If there's something strange in your neighborhood, who are you going to call? Well, the police, of course. Following the nerd, we kill the cliché that just won't stay dead.
Okay, and we're back, and we're going to try, if the little gods of Skype will allow us, to contact Mercedes now. So here we go. Fingers crossed, everyone. Do we hear a ringing noise yet?
Hello?
Hello, Mercedes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
That's great. You're live on air at Following the Nerd. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I am very well. Now, we have to set the ground rules.
Okay.
No squeeing.
Oh.
Well, we can squee if you want.
I'm going to do a little of that.
Okay. And what was the other one? Stay professional. We're not going to do that.
Yes, that's too late.
Is that going to happen?
I already squeed. Sorry.
Okay. Well, as long as it's a professional squee.
It was.
Now, Mark's just had to pop out for a second, so it's just you and me, and whoever's listening, so it's not just you and me.
Hi.
So hopefully there's quite a few people listening, because I know you've been passing the word around. And as far as I know, this is your first kind of international interview, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it. No, I did one with Mark Chatterley. So you're the second.
He doesn't count.
But I've known you longer.
He doesn't count. No, I'm not having that. Let's try that again. This is your first international interview, isn't it?
Yes,
See?
it's amazing. This is a wonderful experience, and so debut.
We could just say it's your first All Ireland, but that's not quite as good.
Oh my goodness.
But yes, thank you very much for coming on. I know that it's mid-afternoon there for you, isn't it?
Yeah, it's about 1:30 here.
Well, you see, it's nearly bedtime here, but that's what we do for you guys. We stay up late every Thursday night.
Oh, thank you.
Actually, and this is going to sound really wrong, I'm going to try and censor myself. This is the second night this week you've kept me up late.
That's so true.
Because...
Now you better put some connotation to that. Yeah, some context.
No, I'm just going to leave it like that. There's no context for people. They can just think what they want. No, it actually segues quite nicely into the reason why, obviously, because you launched your first novel this week.
Yes, I did. Yes.
So, do you want to tell people a little about a little bit about that?
Yeah, my first novel, it's called Nameless, The Darkness Comes, and it's kind of a dark fantasy, an urban fantasy about a girl named Luna who sees the demonic, and she has to deal with it on a daily basis. I think one of the things that makes it a little different than most of the urban fantasy out there is that she's not a demon hunter. She's not, I'm going to go kill that demon, rawr. She just wants to be left alone.
Yeah, she's not Buffy.
Yeah, she's not Buffy. She doesn't want to be Buffy. She just wants to not have any contact with anybody, demon or people, for the most part. Yeah, so this is my debut novel. I'm really excited about it. So,
and it launched very well.
Yes, it did. Thank you. It was the best party. It was the best party. For an unreal party where no one actually saw anybody.
But also,
it was great.
It's got,
my goodness.
I think last time I looked, maybe a few hours ago, it had 26 positive reviews on Amazon already. And it's only 2 days after the official launch.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
But it's been a good year for you, hasn't it? Oh, not just this year, because that's only 23 days. But
well, it's been fantastic.
It's been a fantastic 23 days. In my case, actually, I said to Mark, I haven't been in hospital all year. Now, it's only been 23 days.
No, that's still fantastic. Big high five.
That is pretty good for me.
That is great for you. Oh, you poor dear.
Yeah. But in the last 12 months, I don't know, it was Beautiful Sorrows before that, but you've had a collection of dark fiction, a novella, and a novel out.
Yes. Wow. Yeah, they just kind of came out in a nice little row. Beautiful Sorrows came out about a year ago in September. And then Apocalyptic Montessa and Nuclear Lulu, A Tale of Atomic Love came out in September. That's my novella.
I'm glad you said that. That's
yeah,
title.
No, I want you to say it. I want you to say it fast.
I have tried so often to tell that name to people, and I just give up. I don't know. It's just Montessa. I can't even say
Lulu,
that.
Yeah.
Lulu, that'll do. It's just Lulu.
Lulu. Let's make it. Yeah, we'll break it down. And that won the Reddit Fantasy Stabby Award, actually, which is really cool for Best Short Fiction in 2013. So that's wonderful. I'm so excited. And I think I maybe you saw the picture, but they sent me a big dagger with my name on it.
That's just perfect.
It's awesome, isn't it?
Have you got it sharpened yet?
Oh, it's sharp.
It's sharp.
I don't have to.
Oh, okay.
I don't have to do anything. I'm just like, kids, stay away from mommy's new shiny dagger.
I like that. You have to give a disclaimer to the kids about the weaponry in the house.
Like, sweetheart, no.
But yeah, so when you were writing, if we go back a bit, you started obviously with short stories.
Yes.
And what made you kind of bring that together into collection?
I just had all these different short stories out, and I really loved that form. And I had just a whole bunch. I had maybe 50 that had been placed in different places. And I was kind of talking to Ken Wood of Shock Totem, whom I used to work for. And I was like, yeah, it'd be fun to one day do a collection or something. And he's like, okay, well, how about you do one for Shock Totem? And that will be our kind of first experience putting a book out and branching from a magazine to a book publisher as well. And I was like, oh, perfect, because they do great work. They're very, detail oriented and do great stuff. So that's how that came about. It was exciting for us because we got to put it together as like a publisher, was exciting for me as an author because, you know, they were putting it together for me and I got to be on both sides of the process. And oh, it was great. It was a great